I don't know. It didn't look
Can we
great.
roast DK? Can we roast DK Metcalf for
You
what he said to
can't.
Shannon Sharpe?
You
That's
can't
a Hall
fumble
of Famer right there.
You can't fumble the ball to lose the game for your team and have blue hair at the same time. You just can't do it.
And then you're talking to Shannon Sharpe like he's a washed-up person. He's in the Hall of Fame, DK. Do you have a ring? You don't have a ring, DK. You're a beast.
What
Don't
did
get
he
me
say
wrong.
to Shannon Sharpe?
He said he's washed up.
Shannon
Sharpe has rings.
Obviously.
Shannon Sharpe has rings, bro.
That's
DK
just
is
so
insane.
So
That's
DK all right, so I think we
nuts.
should get to Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
What do you guys
Aaron
think about
Rodgers
that?
owns the entire city of Chicago.
Yeah, I hope all Chicago burns.
I'm pretty sure he's 22-5 in his career against Chicago. It's just the same thing over and over again. He just goes into that city and beats the shit out of them.
Love that.
Yeah, no,
Being that Nicole's from Chicago, I love that they lose.
Yeah, no, Chicago seems like they just always like mess things up, and Aaron Rodgers just loves to show it. And shout out my guy Brett Seegers. I hope you like that one.
Wow, holy hell, shots
Because
fired.
he was probably screaming at his TV, crying about that. Like, oh,
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers, you're the worst. Wishing he was on his team.
That was wild, though, because we were watching it just wondering what the hell he said. And then those, like, Twitter videos came out. I still own you. That guy's a fucking legend.
Yeah,
Man,
I
Brett
gained a lot of
Seegers.
respect from him doing that. So, because I'm not a huge Aaron Rodgers fan, but I was a big fan of that.
Yeah, that
What did you do
was
after the game?
nuts. Not after the game. He scored a touchdown. He ran a touchdown in off like a play action pass, but the whole
Oh,
right
and then he
side
did
was
that.
open. And then
Yeah, he did the belt.
he did the belt on the ground and then turned around and some lady in the crowd gave him double birds, flipped him off. And he said, I fucking own you. I still own you. I own this city.
He runs
Something like that.
shit.
Yeah, it was wild. But what do you guys think about Gruden? Yeah, and the emails did him in like Hillary Clinton. He got fired from the Raiders with $60 million still left on his contract. The
All I
Bucs
have to say
took
is
him out of the Ring of Honor.
I have inside sources that told me that John Gruden was a terrible guy weeks and months ago. I've known this about John Gruden because my cousin played with Rodney Hudson, who was actually the center under Gruden for like a few years. He demanded a trade because he hated Gruden so much. He said he was a scumbag.
Wow.
So when I saw this news, I was like, wow, that makes sense. Guess he wasn't lying saying he was a scumbag.
When did you talk to this guy? When did you
So
find
Rodney Hudson, my cousin, played at FSU, and Rodney Hudson was his best man in his wedding. So they're like boys. So, yeah, Rodney Hudson told my cousin. My cousin gave me the down low that Gruden's an asshole.
Wow. Finally comes out. I feel like everybody was just shitting on them for 3 days, 4 days, 5 days straight. They kind of just had to fire him.
They had no other choice. They had to do it.
Yeah.
It was unbelievable because when I found out about Gruden, it was out of all news sources, it was Fox News. And they're over here. You know how Fox News does it, you know? We're going to turn this podcast political, but Fox News, they had their whole bash on it, basically. And, yeah, man, I mean, after hearing what Matt said and hearing what Randy Moss said on ESPN, too, you know, it was a bad guy. Let the next
There was
guy
a few guys were, like, literally, like, right the day after. They were throwing shade on him. Keyshawn Johnson, too, was kind of saying he was like a backstabber. Like, there was a bunch of guys saying shit about him.
Yeah, they interviewed, like, Josh Jacobs and some of the players. But that was before, like, 10 other emails came out. That was only after the first email. And they were like, people change, whatever. And then after the second set of emails came out, nobody came to his defense or said anything. And he was just gone within 12 hours of that being leaked.
How did they find these emails? How do emails get leaked in the first place?
These emails are – he sent these to Bruce Allen, who's the president of the Washington football team for the last I don't know how long. But those emails are being investigated into that investigation from last summer for the Washington football team, like for all
they
of
hit
their
the jackpot.
Yeah, all their sexual allegations and all that. big investigation of the Washington football team. There's 650,000 emails. And John Gruden's are the only ones that got it released so far. So, I mean, I assume more are coming. You can't, I assume if John Gruden's talking to this Bruce Allen guy like that, there's other people also talking.
Well, there was
like
other
that.
people. The Hooters CEO was on it. The PDQ CEO was on it as well.
Don't take down Hooters. What are they doing?
There's some high-level executives that were in this group chat.
Really?
Take them down.
A lot of Tampa run, because Hooters is from Tampa, PDQ's from Tampa. It's going from John Gruden's old days in Tampa.
Oh, no. They're taking us down.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
So maybe we aren't Tampa Bay anymore.
Nah, I hate to hear anything bad come from Tampa. DK Metcalf, to be honest.
What's up with Mike Evans? He's only had 2 games over 100 yards. Is it just that Tom Brady's got so many options and that you never know who the hell he's going to go to?
Yes.
Or is
Mike
it
Evans
actually...
is the type. Mike Evans, they just throw the ball. He just jumps up because he's 6'6"?
Yeah, he's a big fellow. It's a big boy, that Mike Evans. And then you got Chris Godwin deep, and then you got AB on all the middle routes.
Mike Evans, 6'5", 225. Goodness gracious. You hate to fight him in the bar. You know what I'm saying?
When does Gronk come back for them? Does anybody know? Next week, 2 weeks?
Looking it up right now.
I think he's week to week. I don't know. Ribs are tough. They're very delicate. You don't want to.
That is true.
You can't breathe with their ribs like that.
October 12th, CBSSports.com. Assuming Gronkowski is ultimately inactive Thursday, O.J. Howard and Cameron Brate will likely split the reps at tight end once again. That was a report for this week, and it says that he'll be out for next week as well.
But yeah, he didn't play this week, so yeah. But, I mean, Tom Brady's got so many options. He doesn't even really feel that.
So, all right, let's get into the top 10 teams in the NFL. Everyone give their takes.
Angus, who you got?
I got my number 1 team, obviously the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, led by Tom Brady. He got to beat the best to be the best. Somebody's got to take him down. They got one loss.
Hold on. You just said that's number 1?
Yeah. I'm not going by end record. I'm just saying the best team in the league. Number 1. Number 2, I got Kansas City Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes, I know they've fallen off. I know, I get that. But I also just think it's it's like a wake-up call early in the season. They lose a few early. I don't know. I'm still think that I don't know if they'll make it all the way through in the playoffs, but I think they're the second best team in the league. I think number 3, the Buffalo Bills. We're watching them right now. Even though they might lose today, 17-13. They're down now. That'll just happen.
I don't even know. I wasn't even watching.
And then I'll go just 4 and 5. I got the Cardinals and I got the Packers.
It's a solid list. I don't know.
That's top 5.
Yeah.
Shorten it. Let's make it a top 5, not a top 10.
Yep. Top 5.
Matt, top 5?
Yeah, Catman, who you got?
Oh, you want me to go? All right. Listen, I'm make up for what I said last podcast. Give Lamar Jackson his respect. Man is insane. I didn't even put him in my top 5 quarterbacks. Dude is unbelievable. Unbelievable.
He's also doing it with nobody around him too. His whole team's injured.
Yeah, all of his running backs went down.
Yeah, a bunch of those guys went down. He's still balling. He is beat insane. The Chargers bad yesterday.
He is insane. But I just want to point that out just about how good Baltimore is. I'm going to just do 5 teams, not in any particular order. I think Baltimore's up there with the baddest. I think Dallas up there with the baddest. I think Tampa up there with the baddest. I think the Cardinals up there with the baddest. I know these are pretty simple picks because they're killing their division, but you got to put respect where respect's due. And I'm not even going to say Green Bay because I know they're leading the NFC North, but I really, really, really like Minnesota. I do.
Oh, wow, sleeper.
I like that one. You like that?
I like Minnesota.
Yeah, I don't even got them top 10.
Yeah, that one's kind of a stretch, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see how they do.
What about you, Matt? Top
Matt?
5?
My top 5, I got the same as you, Angus. I got the Bucks number 1.
Of course.
I mean, they're the reigning champs. You got to make them number 1.
Lock
Number
it in.
2, like I just said, I'm on the Bills Mafia bandwagon. You know, they're a great team. They came up close last year against the tough Chiefs team. I think they got better this year. They're going to be good. I like Josh Allen, big fan of him. Number 3, the Cardinals. I mean, they're undefeated. They might be a pretender. I don't know yet, but they're beating teams pretty good right now. I love Kyler
I don't know.
Murray.
Their offense is scary, dude.
I mean, their offense is great, so we'll see. I mean, Kyler Murray's a great player. We'll see if their defense is real, and they can last the whole season. And then 4, Lamar Jackson. I mean, you just got to give them the respect. The Ravens are such a good team. I mean, they're missing, like, all of their players, and they're still blowing out teams like the Cardinals. And number 5, I hate to say this, but the Cowboys. I hate to say this being a Giants fan.
Wow.
But this Cowboys
that
offense is legit. This Cowboys offense can play. Dak Prescott's a beast. CeeDee Lamb's a beast. Amari Cooper. They got ballers on this team. They got 2 solid running backs, Zeke and Pollard. Their defense gets takeovers, turnovers.
I'm just shaking my head right now.
As much as I hate to say it, this is a totally honest review that the Cowboys should be the number 5 team. All right, so I said my take on the Cardinals. You know, I think they're a pretty good team. What do you guys think?
Sick.
I believe in the Cardinals. Absolutely. Kyler Murray is like watching prime Mike Vick, but he might move quicker. It's actually nuts. Like, I think when you watch Kyler Murray run, it's like it doesn't look real. Like, he looks like the TV's glitching.
Yeah, he does.
Talk-
He's like a crazy Madden player.
Yeah.
I think
It's
we
like
should
the
be able to
speeds
talk about
turned
the
to
Zach
99
Ertz.
up.
Zach Ertz being on Arizona just makes their depth even better.
Yeah, that is crazy. That was out of nowhere, I felt like.
That was right after the Thursday night loss.
And they needed that. I feel like the Cardinals having Zach Ertz is just it's just the key to success. They want to be a Super Bowl team this year. And they might make it there.
They got D-Hop and AJ Green too. Like, not that AJ Green's anything of himself, but still a third option.
He's still
Who's
a
running
vet.
back? Edmonds? They got Edmonds and James Conner. Insane.
James Conner's, he's been doing pretty well.
Yeah, he's nice.
Yeah, they got
been.
a solid team. And Chandler Jones, their D end, he's a sack machine.
JJ
They
Watt.
got some leaders. Oh yeah, JJ Watt. He got recruited by D Hop. They got some guys.
They got a great kicker in Matt Prater. I was just saying on the podcast when we started. He got me 15 points this week.
Bet. All right, so I said my take on the Cardinals. You know, I think they're a pretty good team. What do you guys think?